Hey David, Grant Putnam here. Okay, so this is the backyard. Obviously, this is your pool. All right, they have a lot of different varieties of trees in here, and the issue with that is that they all grow different rates. So if you live there for 10, 15 years, you're going to have these trees that are kind of a mumbo. Rather than have like a clean line, you're going to end up having these trees that are growing into each other, different widths, different heights, different rates every year. So one will be taller than the other. I just don't think that's going to look good. So my concept would be to have a little bit more of a continuous feel. So I would end up taking out the Leyland cypress. Those actually have disease issues up in the northeast. They're not as hardy as maybe some of the other trees. And then I would end up doing a group of 5 Niagara arborvitaes in here, and then a small deciduous ornamental tree that flowers kind of closer to the wall where my finger is. And then you could do a cryptomeria, okay, which will grow faster than any of the other trees you have here. You could do a cryptomeria for something that gives you a little interest, okay. Then there's a katsura tree, which I'm going to leave as an open-ended item, meaning you got to think about exactly. We're going to look at that more in detail, but we could look at that as a secondary item, okay. I'm not sure if I really want to put that right next to a really fast-growing evergreen, because I think, again, you know, if they're only 10 feet apart, if you live here for 10 years, they're going to grow into each other, so it's not going to look good, okay. And then the idea would be put a group three more arborvitae, okay. And these Niagara arborvitae, if you look at the specs on these, they grow more like a cylinder, and that's going to be valuable because we're trying to maintain space on this side of the yard. There's a wall right here, so we don't want to end up putting in a tree like a Leyland cypress that's going to grow too wide and it's going to be growing over the wall. So again, for kind of this continuous feel, a group of 5, a group of 3 arborvitae, and then I wanted to add some interest with deciduous trees, but more of a dwarf deciduous tree known as a blue shadow dogwood. So it's really cool because the leaves have like a light blue hint, and they flower beautiful like a normal dogwood. They stay more compact, and I figured to do one here and then one a little bit further out here, so this bed would be widened just a little bit, okay. Might even consider doing the same tree here, so again you have a continuous feel if you're sitting here. Okay, and then once we get over into this area, the idea would be, because you have more space along the back, my thinking is that we could end up doing spruce trees along the back. Those Norway spruce grow well in kind of the partial sunlight, and you know, some of these trees are going to be kind of underneath other tree canopies, so I think that's a good move. Plus they're just a really attractive full tree, low maintenance. The problem with those green giants is the top third of the tree is literally like a spindle, and you end up having to trim off the tops every year. So it's kind of a high maintenance tree. Aesthetically, they don't look too great. Norway spruce are just much more attractive tree. All right, so the goal here is end up putting a total of 7 spruce. Right now there's 8 trees. You don't need that many. Do 7 spruce, 2 bigger pieces, and then the other 5 pieces a couple feet shorter. Okay, and then over here on this side, 4 more spruce, which are already labeled. Over on this side, I think that'll be fine. I noticed you have a gap of, like, right here. You'll notice I wrote 2 more white birch trees. You have 3 white birch trees here. It's going to look funny kind of looking back towards that fence and then all of a sudden just having these open gaps. So, you know, I think there's a possibility we might want to spread these 3 out a little bit. So take this last one, pull it down a little bit, spread them out a little bit. They're too close together. And then possibly add another 2 or maybe just 1 birch tree over here. Okay, so I think that's a smarter move. So again, I would say you probably need somewhere between 3 to 5 birch trees. I could buy 5 if you don't use them all. No problem. I can just use them for another job. So that's no big deal. With all the narrow growing oak trees, I've already tagged all those, and we got a delivery coming tomorrow actually with those trees. I've got the 2 pear trees, which are gorgeous. I already ordered those. I already ordered the 2 purple narrow columnar beech trees for this area, so it doesn't grow into the pergola. I already have these awesome, really gorgeous, like I told you, I had these in my yard already, but I didn't have to order these. I already had these, but